Okay, so when I was 7, my mom took away my DS and I got so mad at her. So when she was in the bathroom I decided to shit in her smoothie and blend it back up. So she came out and finished the smoothie and then like an hour later she started to get really sick. So it got to the point where she was throwing up, so we went to urgent care and when we got there they told her she just had a virus and there was nothing they could do. And then her life was a living hell for the next 2 days, lol, but she deserved it. One time when I was like 8 I wanted to know what happened if I didn't poop in the toilet. So I decided to poop in this Happy Meal box and I hid it in my closet. I forgot about it, but there were flies in my room and my parents noticed the smell. So they checked my room and when they opened my closet they found the Happy Meal box and saw a crusty 3-day-old turd. Then I got grounded for a while, lol. When I was in 7th grade there was this new girl at my school who decided she wanted to be friends with me even though I got really bad vibes from her. She followed me around and decided she liked one of my guy friends even though I told her it was a bad idea. After like literally 3 days he wanted to break up with her because she was literally insane. But he couldn't because she blackmailed him by saying that if he broke up with her she would tell everyone he was gay. She blackmailed him into kissing her in my freaking bedroom and then she broke up with him. That was the last girl he dated before he came out and apparently she was hecking 40-year-old married men the entire 7th grade year. She also stole her mom's birth control and $1,000 out of a safe. She went missing in New Jersey for 3 days and I haven't seen her in years. IDK she might be dead, lol.
So I got into a car crash in high school. I was okay and everybody involved was okay and it was deemed both of our faults. So me and the other person just shared our information and went our separate ways. And that was the end of it. Or so I thought. But about 3 weeks later I went to class and we had a substitute teacher and I thought she looked familiar but I couldn't quite put my finger on it until when she was calling roll she got to my name and she paused and then she looked at me and she looked at the roll and then she looked at me and she said, "Hey Jordan, do you recognize me?" And I was like, "I don't think so." And then she said, "You hit me with your car." And then the whole class turned around and looked at me and I was like, "Excuse me, lady, we hit each other with our cars."
When I was in 7th grade I got into an argument with my teacher and everyone thought I was big and bad and so did I. A few days later this new girl transferred to our school and we had 3 classes together and she accidentally stepped on my shoe, so I would always make faces at her and stare her down every time I seen her. She ignored me until one day I told a rumor that her cooter smelled like old milk and she told everyone she was going to fight me and I thought she was just talking until she walked up to me while I was waiting for my ride outside and asked did I want to fight. I didn't wanna seem like a punk bitch so I said yeah. Next thing I know she punched me straight in my face and before I can even swing back she started rocking my shit. All I knew how to do was pull hair. I only got 2 hits in this strong as bitch Mortal Kombat my shit. Some teacher broke us up and after that I was like, "You want some more?" and I was praying she didn't say yes cause I couldn't take any more. If this blows up I'll send you the video so you can post it. When I was 11 I tricked my grandpa into thinking he had dementia by asking him about things that didn't actually happen. Like I would go up to him and ask him, "So how was golfing yesterday?" Even though he didn't go golfing, but I wanted to make him feel crazy. In my defense I did it because he's a Trump supporter and said something racist about my Asian friend. Anyway, my mom found out because she overheard a phone call I had with him where I was asking him if he liked his new medication. Even though he wasn't taking any, my mom yelled and I confessed about everything that I had done and she sent me to a mental hospital because she thought I was clinically insane. Now my grandparents don't talk to me and my mom always checks my phone to make sure I'm not bullying my friends.
One time when I was 14 I went on this camping trip with my grade. Me and my friends decided to sneak out of our cabin and go to the boys' cabin to hang out. Once we got there my friend went to the bathroom with her crush and they were in there for a really long time, so me and my friend decided to go check on them, and once we got there we walked in and heard noises coming from a stall. We opened the door and they were doing the nasty. It was so weird and hilarious and now we always make fun of her for it.
So one time in 5th grade, it was my BFF Jackie's birthday. She brought these cupcakes that looked mad good. When it was snack time, the teacher told Jackie she could pass her cupcakes around and could pick one person to help her. Every bitch had their hand up, but this one hoe named Maggie was yelling, "Pick me, pick me." This dumbass picked Maggie. When they were passing out the cupcakes, Maggie gave me a crusty vanilla cupcake. The frosting was all lopsided too. Like what the fuck? I wanted chocolate. I was so fucking mad I didn't even sing happy birthday with the class. When recess came along, Jackie and Maggie were playing together. I was sitting on the bench, and the bitch didn't even ask me what was going on. I was so pissed, guys, OMG. So when the hoes were on the playground, I pushed them both down the slide. But the thing is, there was a puddle at the bottom 'cause it had rained. Their asses were all wet, so they had to go get a new pair of pants. I don't give one fuck if it was her birthday. If you bitches are watching this, you deserved it.
One time in 9th grade my science teacher was pregnant, and she had us all go out in the hall and filmed us power walking. It was like an inside joke in the class because we couldn't believe power walking was an actual Olympic sport, lol. Anyways, this one kid that all of us hate, let's call him Jeff. Jeff was walking really fast and bumped into our 8-month pregnant teacher really hard because there were like 20 kids walking past her and she fell down really hard. She got back up and there was blood coming out of the bottom of her dress. So she got rushed to the hospital and we found out that her baby died and she had to give stillbirth and it was her first child. She didn't come back to school for the rest of the year and apparently was depressed for like a whole year. I feel really bad for her, lol.
Oh, one time I had this friend in school and he was a jackass and we had a substitute teacher. He bet me $5 if I put thumbtacks in her coffee, you know, the old-fashioned substitute prank, so I did it and then the sub walked in and drank her coffee and we all hated that bitch. After she drank it, her throat was bleeding like hell. She went to the emergency room and they gave that bitch a prosthetic throat and she died 2 months later, thank God, and we had a normal school again.
Hey guys, story time. When I was in kindergarten I was on the bus sitting next to this mean-ass bitch, I don't remember her name. There was a girl behind us and she kept saying her stomach hurted and that she needed to poop. So me and the girl I was sitting next to, we straight ignored that bitch. So time flew by on the bus, and then I start smelling shit. Like literally disgusting, smelling like dog shit ass poop. So I look under the seat and I see this big ass pile of diarrhea poop. That shit stunk. I couldn't help myself and I kept looking under the seat to look at the poop. The girl next to me kept telling me to stop looking at it. Like, bitch, if you don't shut yo skin tone chicken bone Google Chrome no home flip phone disowned ice cream cone garden gnome extra chromosome metronome dimidome genome full blown monochrome student loan Indiana Jones overgrown Flintstone X and Y hormone friend zone Sylvester Stallone Sierra Leone AutoZone professionally seen silver patron head ass the fuck up, I'll beat your ass. Eventually someone came on the bus and picked up the poop. During the summer I was in a relationship with a kid named Jason. Things got carried away the first few weeks when his dad called my phone and asked me to come over and help him finish up his pool. Once I arrived at his house, his dad welcomed me into the house but then told me Jason wasn't there. I was confused but decided to wait until Jason came home. His dad welcomed me to food, TV, etc. His dad is smoking hot, so I did whatever I had to make him comfortable with me. Turns out he was more than comfortable with me. He called me up the room a few hours later and told me to be very quiet. I realized what was about to happen but I didn't care. I wanted him. He stripped me down to my kitty jar and I was so horny. A few weeks later I had to break up with Jason because I took a pregnancy test and it tested positive. In a few weeks I have to go check who the father is because if it's his dad's I'm moving to fucking Texas.